Hello everyone, and welcome to a Farming Simulator 19 tutorial. Today we are talking about chickens. So the first thing you need to do is buy a chicken pen. So if you go into the shop, go all the way to Placeables, Animal Pens, you'll have two to choose from, a smaller one that holds 100 chickens and a larger one that holds 400. You'll also notice that they take wheat and barley, which will give you a clue that chickens in this version of Farming Sim need to be fed wheat or barley. So go ahead and buy whichever one you prefer or multiple ones. You can see I have one already going. I'm just going to buy a new one for the sake of this video. Put it down on your land and it'll be empty because in this one you also need to buy the chickens. So go over here and I'll put my control box at the top. It says R to pull this up. Go ahead and buy whatever chickens you want. The more you have, the faster they'll lay eggs, and the faster the food will deplete. When you have the chickens you want, press space, and you will have you'll have some chickens in your pen. You can then open up the animal dialog box here and see your chickens by coop. This is the one that I already have full. This is the one that I just bought. I kind of recommend just sticking with one type of chicken. That way you only have one list item here, because as you see, if you buy more than one kind, your menu here gets a little messy, but that's totally up to you, of course. You'll also see there's cleanliness, food, all that stuff. So now we have chickens. Now what do we do with them? Over here is where you will put in the wheat or the barley. And over here is where you will collect the egg pallets, all of which will be shown shortly. So the wheat, you can either use the pallets. You can find those again in the shop. If you don't want to grow your own, go to the objects here, big bags, and buy your wheat right there. So if you do that, just get a pallet fork, lift it up, take it over here, and again I'll get my controls up there. When you get close you should be able to unload it, and it'll just you don't even have to press anything, it just sort of drops it in and your chickens are then fed. You can also, just like any other animals, just fill up a tipper. Really wish that bag would have depleted, but I don't have enough chickens. You can also just fill up a tipper. You'll see in the bottom right I have wheat. There's the wheat symbol. Again, you can use barley. Go over here. If I actually needed to feed them, there'll be a little button that says I, and then you can just unload it. So that's all you have to do to feed them, and then you can see the food is up. Once in a while, let me go over to my, of course I get stuck once I record. So sometimes you'll have to go over here because it gets dirty. It actually happens a lot. It's really frustrating. Just get a shovel. I'm not going to show it because it's just not worth the time. Just hook it up to your front loader, scoop it up. It's just food. Dump it back in, and cleanliness will go back to 100% good. Now, automatically, you don't have to do anything. Your eggs in this version of the game will be collected over here in these boxes, so you don't have to run around like you used to and pick them all up individually. They just show up over here. The nice thing about this is that they are small enough to pick up by hand. So just go over to them, pick them up, and load them into your trailer or a wagon, a pickup, whatever you have. Just throw them in there. This is the thing from like the pre-order bonus, but you can just use a pickup truck. It doesn't matter. Throw them in there, however many you want. Make sure you strap them down, of course. That way they don't fly out. And then, where do we take them? Well, there's no like special egg place on the map. Do notice once you put coops down, they're fast travel points. I'll talk about that in my buying land video. So there's no special egg place. So if you go to the prices, here is the egg symbol. You can actually sell them at any of these places. Depending on your map, you'll have to look at which ones. I think the closest to me is Train Station Mill. It's also worth the most, so I'm going to jump cut video to Train Station Mill. Okay, so once you get to where you want to sell it, there's a couple ways you can unload it. I'm going to take the straps off so we can just see what one of them's worth. It's just being a little finicky. So we're going to take one, and you basically just walk it over, and $396. If you have a bunch and you don't want to do it one by one, hopefully this will work again. You just drive up here, and then it just sort of takes them. If it doesn't take them right away, I found if you lower your bed like this, again, you can look at the controls to see if you're using a gamepad how to do that. It'll sometimes work a little better. And that is how to manage chickens. So again, you just got to buy the coop, feed them, clean them, and then collect their eggs. So hopefully that has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below, like or dislike the video depending on your feelings about it. And as always, have yourselves a very nice day.